welcome back. Now, would you like to make a delicious hearty meal that'll keep you full? Well, we've got just the thing for you this morning.
That's right, Chef Dean Diplock is here to show us how to make spaghetti meatball marinara. Good morning to you, Dean.
Good morning.
You're raring to go. Well, you've been kind of busy already.
Been busy already. Everything's basically ready to go. It's very, very quick, but my sous chef over here is going to demonstrate how we make the meatballs. A couple of different ingredients that go into it, though. We have our lean mince, 90 VL, which means visually lean. In other words, it's quite lean. You can see there's not much fat on it. It's 500 grams there. In it goes, sir. Sausage, your favourite sausage, just breakfast sausage, 250 grams. Now, that's going to give you fat and moisture in it. So this is the important part. It's also got a binding agent in it already.
And they've been skinned already.
They've just been skinned, exactly. To which we're going to then add our onion. There's one medium onion finely chopped. That goes in there like so. And then some breadcrumbs that have just been mixed with a little bit of milk. Again, we're adding moisture to it because there's nothing worse than a dry meatball, I can assure you.
There's nothing worse.
Nothing worse, nothing worse. All right, so that gets set aside there. Now, adding moisture again, our binding agent, and again, moisture, an egg, and single egg, that goes in. And then some garlic for flavour.
And is that just raw garlic grated?
Just raw garlic grated. It's going to be cooked, obviously. So then in a little bit of ketchup. Again, flavour and a bit of sweetness to help caramelize. A pinch of sugar. I'd normally use chutney, but not very readily available in Ireland. We then add some carrot, medium carrot dice.
That's a new one on me now.
Finely grated.
Flavour for...
It is, but also some fibre in it.
Yeah.
Good for the kids, hiding stuff away, vegetables away in the food that they won't even know about it.
So what other vegetables could you sneak in there?
Well, we're going to put quite a bit of herb in there as well. You can put spinach in quite easily as well to disguise it. I'm also going to add then half a grated green apple, skin taken off. Again, the fibre and some sweetness to it. And then our herbs. We have a good bit of parsley, a good bit of fresh oregano that goes in, and then just a splash of Worcester sauce, Worcestershire sauce. Right, there you go, splash of that goes in, and then some salt and pepper to taste.
Okay, and so with the apple, it's going to be quite tangy, is it?
It gives you a little bit of tartness to it, yes it does, but you're hardly going to find it. All I'm looking for is a little bit of sugar in that to help caramelize. Once they're all mixed up, you can leave it overnight, obviously, it will set better. But then you roll it into small meatballs, and this is where the kids can get involved. Get their hands washed, and then roll them to small meatballs. Yay size. These are
I don't know they're small, I only know they're big.
Very small, please. You can use this as a,
in the pan, chef?
burger. No, not to worry, we just were demonstrating.
So that's the size we want, isn't it?
Nice and even smaller than that. We'll show you.
Start again.
Show you. Yay size. It's nice and small. Smaller meatball. All right.
You're about a millimetre off, Simon.
A millimetre. I'd say about 2.5 centimetres or so, give or take.
And if you do your size with the 500 grams, you're going to get...
About 70 meatballs, give or take, yeah.
70?
Okay. Yeah, so sit and do them. Kids can get involved. It's something fun. They freeze very well. Again, now, I'm cooking them in the recipe in a pan or a cast iron pan to brown on the bottom. You can turn them. They will hold their shape because you've got binding agents in them. Another way, grease-proof tray. Pop them in the oven. Yeah. Done.
Bacon.
Okay. Easy peasy, no problem. Right, for our sauce. Let's start first with the pasta quickly, just to show you. I've already got my pasta cooked because of time, but just to demonstrate, do not put oil in your water when you're cooking pasta. It stops the pasta from absorbing water.
Really?
Yeah.
So,
quick, open into your pot of boiling water and just literally let it fan out, but it's the amount of water that makes the difference. 70% water to 30% pasta, and a good bit of salt because it doesn't absorb all that salt. So very, very important. Then, once you drain it, then you can coat it with a little bit of olive oil, which will stop it from sticking.
Afterwards.
Afterwards, not before.
70-30.
Approximately, yeah. So in goes our olive oil into a pan quickly.
Into your favourite pan.
My favourite cast iron pan with the family for many, many years. 2 medium onions, finely chopped.
You want me to stir, chef?
You can, yes, by all means. While I put all the other ingredients in. Our garlic, must have garlic in Italian cooking. Then our tomatoes. Now, we'd sweat those down. 2 tins of just chopped tomato, perfectly fine. You can obviously skip this whole process and go to a simple sauce that you can buy
Out of a jar.
ready-made.
Okay.
Absolutely no problem. Some of them are really good quality these days. 2 tablespoons of your tomato paste.
Okay.
Right?
Can I ask why you used ketchup instead of the paste in the initial meatball mix?
Because I'm looking for the sweetness in it. So a little bit of
the ketchup.
sweetness in it, yeah. And again, the tomato paste is dehydrated. I'm looking for moisture, so there's more in it. I'm going to add now your 100 mils of tomato ketchup to sweeten the sauce slightly. And then another little trick, once it's cooking, you add half a teaspoon of bicarbonate of soda, or bread soda, as you know it.
Really?
This will help remove the acidity from your tomatoes, so they're not that sharp, and actually sweetens the
A
dish
lot of the
slightly.
Italian nonnas now would put a pinch of sugar into a ragu sauce.
Exactly.
So
but
that's doing the same thing,
The
really.
same principle.
It's
same
taking
principle.
the acidity out of the tomatoes.
Exactly, exactly.
Very good.
We're then going to add 2 oxo blocks or 2 veg stock blocks or these bouillon blocks, whichever you prefer, the
And
easy way.
you use chicken stock or the vegetable
I
stock?
use the vegetable stock,
Vegetable stock, okay.
Pinch of salt, pinch of black pepper, and we let that simmer. Okay, so here's
This
one.
is one of those things as well that if you let that just blip away for a couple of hours, the better it'll get.
Absolutely. So what we use is our splash guard as usual on there to let it evaporate slightly, and then that is that.
Very good.
Right, so naturally we would have one made earlier, but let's get back to the pasta. So my water is boiling away. This pasta I've cooked already, cooked al dente, covered with a bit of olive oil. You see it's nice and light, loose. This just takes a few seconds to reheat again. So we pop that straight into the water. We can stir it, if I could borrow get the spoon back. Literally just stir that.
Seconds that'll take just to reheat.
Yeah, other way up. There we go. Literally
Perfect.
seconds to reheat, and then that'll be ready to go. Now, nice bit of garlic bread would be lovely with that. We have our meatballs cooked and ready to go. Now, I would suggest you put your meatballs into the sauce so that you're not getting any residue off the bottom of the pan. Otherwise, it can be a little bit unsightly. I'm going to quickly drain this, and then we're going to go to serve. If you could move that, please, sir.
Yes, sir.
We're ready to
How
go.
long have the meatballs been cooking for?
The meatballs cooked for about 10 minutes or so. I wouldn't go a little bit less than that. They're small enough, but you need to just check them. Again, our probe, stick it in, cooked to 74 degrees Celsius, or once they've nicely browned and they're cooked all the way through, they're done. Okay. You know? There's
So
nothing
just
to
cut one open and have a look.
Exactly. Just pop it open and have a look.
You have
So here's
69 others, huh?
our
Exactly.
Just taste one, there's no problem with it. Right, so there's our sauce previously made, ready to go.
Oh, it's quite thick, isn't it?
It is. It's rendered down. It's cooked down nicely now. Now, you can, if you want to strain that and pass it, you could also just blend it with a blender. It's entirely up to you how you'd like to do it. So I'm just going to move that over there for a
We
second.
got 1 minute, chef.
Very good. And in goes our meatball. Now, these freeze very well as well. And on top of that, make a lovely little hors d'oeuvre for when people pop around.
Oh, yeah, nice.
You can stick them together and make an hors d'oeuvre. Now, very important, last add, fresh basil. Must have some fresh basil right at the end.
Beautiful.
Okay.
Give it nice colour too. So you mentioned a South African word earlier, Dean.
Frikadel.
Frikadel.
Frikadel is just a baby meatball, basically, or a little meatball, as they're known. Let's plate that up quickly. So, very simple.
Baby.
Our pasta, because
I'm going
it's
to go
just
this way now.
reheated.
This is where the fun is at.
This is where it's all happening. In goes our pasta.
Beautiful.
Ready to go nice and hot. If I may, just get
I'll stand by with the parmesan, chef.
some of... Exactly. You need a good dose of Parmesan
don't
on
you?
top
The
of that.
pepper.
Do
These
you like the
two...
Parmigiano?
Oh, yes.
Here comes another one.
Laura, here you
Little
come.
Parmigiano Reggiano.
Yeah, here we go.
Put some
Gorgeous.
Parmesan on that, sir. Don't be shy.
Dean, your presentation, apart from the sloppy end of the parmesan, looks
my dear.
amazing.
And we finish with that. There we go. And there is absolutely plenty for about 4 Simons or 6 humans.
Hey! Comedy gold. Love it.
There you
Well
go.
done. Thank you,
Give
chef.
that a taste.
As normal, you can get Dean's recipe on our website or Facebook page or call into him at the Radisson Blue. Tell him we sent you.
Dean, thank you very much.
know, I
Now,
drew me on.
after the break, Anna is exploring
No, you're
Centre
all right.
Park's Longford Forest, including Ireland's biggest water park. Stay with us.